We live in the age of customer experience. You go to walk into a phenomenal restaurant. They say, "Madam, sir, may I take your jacket?" Sure. All of a sudden they take you to your table. First question, would you like some still or some sparkling? I'll have the sparkling, thanks. And would you like the Antipodes from New Zealand or the San Pellegrino from Italy? That's like now $150 a head. You walk into another great little restaurant, maybe a nice little cozy place on the northern beaches of Sydney. Hey guys, can I get a table? Yeah, sit wherever you want. Great, okay. And can I get some water? Yeah, mate, taps in the corner. Okay. Any glasses? No, just use your hands. That's like $6, right? And so what you got to start thinking about is that actually what actually happens in business today is that we actually design our customer experiences. And when you have a look at high-end retail, like Hermes and Louis Vuitton and Chanel and Dior and all of those things, they actually even go to think about the purchasing experience, and then they even think about the unwrapping experience. So then actually when you get home and you got to take the sticker off and the bag opens, and then there's the bag within the bag, and then there's the bag within the bag of the bag, and then there's the box, and then there's the bow. And then actually think about that entire experience to make it like a phenomenal thing that actually you want to photograph. And people even put it on YouTube, like an unboxing experience around that product or service. So now what you've got to do is you've got to start thinking about what are the experiences you want to go to create for your customers, and how do you make sure they're clearly documented? So one of the easiest ones is to think about you going to a listing presentation. Now, when you go to that listing presentation, what does that actually look like? Well, first of all, we've actually got the conversation over the phone where we go to book in that market appraisal or the listing appointment. We then ask the customer, would it be okay if we actually send you a calendar invite for an hour or so for that particular allotted time? They say yes, we then send that calendar invite. Now that we've got it locked in for the hour, it prevents the other agent maybe booking it in like 20 minutes after you've actually booked in your original time for going to see the client. Then what we then do is we then send maybe an email of confirmation, which actually talks through what's going to happen at the meeting with maybe a link to a video of who you are, what you do, and how you help. And then in addition to that, we then send an SMS with a quick 30-second survey. And what that 30-second survey allows them to do is to ultimately tell you a little bit more about their situation, maybe their price guide, maybe their experience, what it is that they're looking for an agent, maybe why they called you in, and then naturally go and turn up to the home. You turn up like 5 or 10 minutes prior, you sit a little bit back in terms of the street, and then naturally, you then literally set your intention on what you need to do to actually get them ready and to actually help them to feel really confident and motivated to be able to use you as an agent. Now that's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5-step process. Then when you then leave the listing, what are the things that you're going to do if you didn't sign it while you were there? Are you going to drop off some chocolates? Are you going to book in an appointment for maybe a photographer to come through? Are you going to get a supplier like a painter to go down to quote or maybe painting that wall? And naturally now what you're doing is you're documenting the customer experience and what that actually looks like in the way you go to work with customers. If you do this really well, you win. And that's what business is all about. Documented customer experiences to make sure you can deliver it with excellence every time. Now, if you come here to my office in Double Bay, the number one thing that I'll offer you is a bottle of room temperature Fiji water. Why? Because literally making coffee with different nuts from like maybe milk from macadamia nuts or milk from soybeans or maybe cows or whatever the story is, I just can't do that. And it's way too complicated. But you know what I can do? I can give you that bottle of room temperature water every time. And if I give you the Fiji bottle, it actually sets a brand experience. That's what business is about. Determined experiences that customers actually care about, that you can deliver time and time again, that allows you to justify the fee that you charge.